Hello and welcome to Investment Vitals. This video is the step-by-step process that I am following for for sending my election for the FTX claim process in the Bahamas proceeding. Now, a couple of things before I move. This is the homepage in which you land if you click on the link that you have received on your email from PwC. There are many scam emails that I have received, so you have to be very careful on the website you reach for this process. The website that you will have to put your election on is digitalmarketsclaim.pwc.com. To be doubly sure, uh, be specific that the site has to end with .pwc.com. Well, that is things fairly obvious but important thing, so I thought I'll mention it. Secondly, there is a notice given, important notice. I would not read through it, but the notice gives reference to this FTX DM election process overview or document that PwC had released. I have covered this in another video a couple of days back. If I would recommend you go through the full document, but if you want to have a summary of that, you can also look at the video that I released to get an overview of the process. One last thing before I proceed is this email mentioned on the homepage, which is gbl underscore fdm underscore creditors at pwc.com. If you face any issue in this process, you can drop an email on this. The reason why I could not make this video earlier was because I faced a couple of issues back to back, but the team was able to resolve it, but it takes some time because I'm sure they are flooded with a lot of requests. Take note of this email, it might be useful for you. On the homepage, when you click on login, with that I'll move to the process. But before I start the proceeding with the video, nothing contained in this video is legal or financial advice. I'm not an advisor to you. Make your own decisions based on your circumstances. If you require any advice, you can approach a legal or a financial advisor, but this is not a financial advice. Also, some people might have viewers of this video would sorry, viewers of this channel, the subscribers of this channel would have I'm sure submitted their claim, proof of claim in the US proceeding, and also the proof of debt in the Bahamas proceeding, because we were early on in this process. Now, if you have done both the options, then you have to choose on both the portals or at least one of the portals as for which proceeding you want to go for. In case there is a user or a customer who opts for Bahamas in the Bahamas process and at the parallelly opts for US in the US process, in such a clash scenario, in case of dual election, Bahamas would be the default option. So if you've said Bahamas in Bahamas option and US in the US option, you will be treated only in the Bahamas. This you should know of. For those who are undecided between the two, I made a video yesterday in which I have tried to put strengths and weaknesses, or the advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons of the two processes. You can look through it to it might help you form up your mind in this. Well, now with that out of the way, let me quickly move on. When you click on the login, it'll take you to the website. I'll hide my credentials here. You have to put in your email and your password. One more thing important on this page is that if you do not recall your password, there's a forgot password link. Use that. Do not attempt your a wrong password more than two times, because if you put in your wrong password thrice, your account gets locked, and then you have to then write back to that email I mentioned some time back to get it unlocked. Therefore, if you're not sure, it is easier to rather go for the forgot password option, because that is instantaneous and you can reset the password. Make sure that you do not end up locking your password. So that is important. Once you put in your username password, you will get an OTP, that is one code on your email, on the email you registered. Put in that code to go forward in the to the next page of the process. Let me quickly put this in so that I can proceed to the next page. Yeah, I presume it should right. Yeah, looks like right. When you click continue, it'll oops, something looks wrong. Ah, forgot a digit. Sorry, my mistake. Apologies for the extra time. I forgot a digit. So carefully enter the right code to move to the next page. On the next page, you will be able to see your claim ID, your balances. Yeah, claim ID, your email registered, and your there's an option of viewing your current balance, etc. I'll be hiding my details so that for confidentiality reasons, if you can either click on this view button here, or you can click on complete election here. I will be clicking on this option here on the right side of the screen, complete election, to move ahead with the election process. The site is a little slow. I can understand this would possibly be because of many people attempting it. Now this is the page you will land on. One more thing before I move ahead further is that even if you make a election which you and you change your mind later on, you can always come back and change your election before the deadline of 4 p.m. Prevailing Eastern Standard Time of 16th of August. But therefore, if you are in two minds, you should still go ahead and file your election, and you can come back and change it later on. Yes. Now, again, some of the things it says action required important because you are. Okay, let me quickly read through it, but we've not spent too much time on this. It says action required important election related to your .com claim. You are seeing this page because you have submitted an electronic proof of debt related to FTX.com account in official liquidation proceeding, etc., etc., etc. Now, one more thing: viewers of this channel would have already filed the proof of debt because we had done this long time back. If you have filed your proof of debt, it is mandatory for you to file your election also to qualify for the Bahamas process. Those of you who did not file the proof of debt in Bahamas process, you still have the time till 16th of August 2024, 4 p.m. prevailing Eastern Standard Time to file a proof of debt as well as your election. The video for proof of debt, filing your step by step filing your proof of debt, is also on the channel, which might help you. Those of you who have done that can go ahead and the election process. For the US proceeding, you don't have the choice of filing a proof of claim again. So those who missed in the US process still have a couple of days to go ahead with the entire process in the Bahamas proceeding. Now, with that, I'll move quickly now. This form must be completed before the deadline that we know of. You, if you do not complete, no, it is mentioned here. If you have not completed this form before the election date, your previously submitted electronic proof of debt in Bahamas will be deemed to be incomplete and will not be reconciled or adjudicated in the Bahamas process. This is something I had spoken about in the video that I made 3 or 4 days back, in which I had detailed the Bahamas process. Now, couple of important information: what is DOPCOM election process and about, and why is it required? Customers with .com claims may participate in either Bahamas process or alternatively in US Chapter 11 cases of FTX trading and its affiliated debtors. Although there may be some differences between Bahamas process and US process, it is expected that both US debtors and JOL that the customers will receive the same amount in distribution on around the same dates. Now, that's something we have already spoken about. Also, the process is likely to be same. The KYC, AML, and tax reporting is likely to be same as we discussed yesterday. If you are still not certain about which process to choose for, look at the video. It might help you make a decision. There's an FTX DM election process overview. This was covered in the video 3 4 days back. You can look at that if you want to. What should I do if I do wish to participate in the Bahamas process? You can read through all this if you want to. I know there'll be many of you who will rather be itching. There's a claim amount mentioned here. I'll be hiding this. You can quickly read through this if you want to. And eventually, the Bahamas process is slightly more easier compared to US. Even US is easy, but this is easier. It says option one: participate in the Bahamas process, or option 2: withdraw from Bahamas proof of debt. For this example, I am opting into the Bahamas process. If you are going to choose the US process, it is important that you withdraw from the Bahamas process, because if you choose Bahamas in this website and you also equally choose US in the US claim portal, that is calls portal, you will by default be brought into the Bahamas process, as I mentioned. So if you are certain that you want to go for the US process, then you have to choose option 2. In this case, because I'm suggesting that I'll be going for the Bahamas process for the purpose of this video, I will be choosing option 1. Again, it is important that you read through all of these before you file. For this purpose of the video, I'm just quickly scrolling through because I know many of you will be hard pressed for time. Here you can place your signature. You have through your cursor. You can whatever you sign. I'm making it hard for fun. You sign it out here, and then click confirm and submit. I'll now clear the sign and actually make the real signature that I have. And I will of course hide it for confidentiality reasons. And then you can go ahead and submit it. Let me quickly. I should have a stylus for this. This is difficult. Nonetheless, I'll quickly go through this one. It is as simple as this. It's fairly simple. The process is nice and easy. Uh, just sign it across using a cursor or a stylus if you have one, and you're set. That's it. Confirm and submit. Once you have signed, you make the same signature as you have done in your form filing. Once you've signed, click confirm and submit, and yes, the standard submission election notification comes. I confirm that I am the customer associated with this .com claim or are otherwise acting on behalf of the customer of the current claim owner, and this election and make the selection having read and understood the information on the form and the FTM DM election process overview. Go through this overview if you want to, or else you can look at the video that I had posted a couple of days back in this process. When you click confirm and submit, this would conclude your process. You will get this notification. Now in this process, now you can see, uh, go back to the same home page, and here it says amend your election. As I said at the beginning part of the video, even if you have made an election and you change your mind, you can come back and amend it later. So it is important that you go ahead and make your election without, so that you do not miss the deadline. If you change your mind, always come back. You can always come back and make the change on or before the deadline that is specified at the beginning of the page. You would have received an email separately. Also, subsequent to this, there will be a claim adjudication and identification, entity verification. As I said in my prior video, it is important for you to also complete your KYC. Otherwise, you would not be paid any money out. You will receive an email, and you have to submit your KYC within 30 days of receiving that email. You will get if you don't do so in 30 days, you'll get another reminder. And net, all in all, you have to submit your KYC within 90 days. If you want greater details on this, refer to the video that I had made on the Bahamas process a couple of days back. That might help you. With that, this is all about the election process for FTX Bahamas. It is fairly simple. If you have not done it, I would strongly suggest that you go ahead and do so. I hope you find this video useful. If you do find the video useful, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's a great encouragement for me. I put in the time and effort for this. Also, share it with those who might be in need. Share it on your socials so that the reach of this video can expand to as many people as possible. With that, thank you so much. If you have any comments, queries, suggestions, etc., or if you noted something that you want to share with the other viewers of this channel, do mention in the comment section. If it's a query, then I'll try to respond to it as soon as possible to the best of my capabilities. All right, thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next video.